Hey guys, I hope that I'm audible to everybody. Please do let me know if you guys are able to listen to me properly or not. Hello everyone, I hope that I'm live right now, guys. If you guys are able to listen to me properly as well as there's no issues with the audio or the video, please let me know, guys. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Good evening. Okay, great. Everybody is audible, right? Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Okay, currently, I'm at my brother's house. So I was traveling right over here and I got stuck into traffic. That is the reason why I was not able to take the class on time. But nevertheless, we'll start immediately as soon as possible. Okay. Okay, great. So could you guys just let me know what have we studied in our yesterday's class? Could you guys let me know what have we studied in our yesterday's class, guys? Please let me know. Could you guys let me know what have we studied in our yesterday's class? We studied about df.tail, good. We studied about unique, we studied about a describe itself. We studied about anything else, guys? Data types, good. Statistics through our describe function that we used yesterday. So could you guys let me know? I gave you guys an assignment, right, guys? I gave you guys an assignment to check up on the numbers itself that we saw yesterday. Did you guys do that? We gave you guys an assignment of analyzing the data that we saw yesterday using the describe method. Did you guys do that? So could you guys let me know what have you learned by analyzing those numbers? Okay, what have you learned by analyzing those numbers, guys? Could you guys let me know? That's great, Satvik. Okay, that's a good analysis. Range at which most values are present as distribution of data. So what are you able to understand from the data, guys? The points of NOx and RM is much closer to the linear regression line because they have low standard deviation closer to the mean. Therefore, they are helping in predicting the house prices accurately. That's a good analysis. That's an extremely great analysis. Okay, what else have you like learned from that data, guys? Okay, source, that is not a good analysis. That is something that I only said yesterday. Higher priced homes have a lower crime rated. That's a good analysis. Anything else that you guys have analyzed using the data? It's a good analysis. I gave you guys an assignment yesterday, right, guys? So I'm asking about what have you analyzed by that data itself, okay? The max value of MDEV, which is 50, but what have you analyzed by that? Percentage of black people, less price of house, okay, good. Higher priced houses are more expensive to maintain, okay. Anything else that you guys have analyzed? Please let me know, guys. Anything else that you guys have analyzed using that data? Please let me know. Standard deviation tells about how the data is close to the mean. Small STD stores that the data is close to the mean, so most of the rooms of a house are in range of 6 to 7 per house. That's good. Okay. Anything else that you guys have analyzed by looking at the data yesterday. Please let me know anything else that you have analyzed that seeing the data. See, these type of small things that I'm telling you guys to do the assignment, it's extremely important, guys. Do not feel that it's a bulwark or something like that. These analysis are what you have to do in the job as well. Okay. Coming to these boot camps, if you're here to learn about data science, is not just about listening to me. Okay. It's of no use. If you're just listening to me, it's of no use at the end of the day. If you're not doing these small assignments, then you will not be able to understand the concepts. You are actually not involved in the learning process itself. Okay, you're just wasting your time. At the end of the day, these certificates only have value if you have the right knowledge associated with it. If you don't have the right knowledge associated with these certificates have no value, guys. Okay, so make sure that you are doing these small assignments. It will help you to become a good data analyst at the end of the day. Variables CRM and B have higher percentage of outlier data, which could adversely affect the accuracy of our model. That's good coding, Pathshala. That's a good analysis. Okay. So these analyses that you have done right over there, okay, why I have said you guys to do the analysis is that this is one of the major cross points on checking which algorithm you should be using. Right now, looking at the kind of data that we are having, okay, that is we are having our labels, that is the features and the target, that is the labels as well. We know that we need to utilize a supervised machine learning algorithm that we are able to understand, but even supervised machine learning algorithms have more than 8 different algorithms inside of it. So which algorithm should I use right now to be able to understand that? For that particular reason itself, right now we are doing the EDA or exploratory data analysis to analyze the data first of all and then decide which algorithm should we be using. The very first step of that is to analyze the statistics of the data itself, okay, and to get some more insights, some more questions that we were having, can we get answers to that or not. Now for that particular reason we use the statistics at the end. So right now, by looking at this particular statistics and the insights that you guys were able to derive from that, some of you guys have given very good insights, and I'm really very happy with that you guys have done such a work. Some of the answers are extremely great, and using that particular thing itself, we can look towards a certain point that yes, linear regression might be a very good fit for our like data itself. Okay, linear regression is again one of the supervised machine learning algorithms that exists out there, and that might be one of the good choices right now. But again, that does not solidify the fact itself. Okay, sometimes you might be wrong. Okay, at the end, statistics is not the only thing that we use. We use graphs to analyze the data. So for example, the outlier suggestions and everything, we will be analyzing that as well, that is that right according to by just plotting some graphs and everything or not. Okay, so all these different small things we need to learn at the end, okay, so that you become a good data analyst. Okay, so please focus upon these guys. So let's open our code portal itself. So collab, and let's open the house price itself. Give me a second. We'll connect it to the servers, okay, and we'll see up till where we have done everything. Okay, so I think so we have completed is null sum, describe. This is all that we have done up till now, right guys? We are done up till df.describe, right guys? Please let me know. Great, so let me just run all the lines of code once again so that everything is working properly. Okay, so we are done with describe, okay, and how to use it. That was your assignment itself, guys. Those who have done it, that's great. Okay, you're on a right track path. Okay, those who have not done it, you still have time. Please give, it will take you 15 minutes, guys. If you're not able to spend 15 minutes of 24 hours that you get, then leave it. Okay, don't come into IT industry. This is not for you. So nevertheless, continuing further from there, the next thing that we want to understand is what is the correlation. So this is the CORR. Okay, we are going to do the correlation of the data itself. Okay, now what do I mean by this correlation at the end of the day? Okay, so I want to basically analyze what is the correlation between the columns itself. Are two columns interrelated to each other or not? Okay, how interrelated are two columns to each other? That is what we want to understand. Okay, the higher the number, the more interrelated are two columns together. For example, let's assume the area of a house will be highly interconnected to the highly relatable to the number of BHKs of the house. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. You guys able to understand the relationship between the area of a house, the carpet area of a house, and the number of BHK that the house is having. Okay, both these things will be highly interrelated to each other. Why? Because as the area increases of a house, the BHKs will also usually be a little bit more. So now this is something that we are easily able to spot. Okay, we are easily able to see that, okay, there's some relationship between the area and the BHK through logical reasoning. But sometimes logic might fail you into spotting these type of relationships. Okay, so for that particular reason, you have mathematics on your hand. Okay, well, what we are going to do right now is we are basically going to check how interrelated are two columns to each other. Every single column, how much interrelated is it to every other column that exists? Okay, are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. We want to check how interrelated two particular columns are. Okay, so for example, a column will be highly interrelated to itself, right? If my column is basically LSAT, okay, LSAT is the column that I'm currently having, then LSAT will be highly interrelated to LSAT itself at the end. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know. LSAT will always be highly because LSAT, when compared to the same column itself, it will be related because these are both the same columns. Okay, try to understand this. Okay, two columns, two same columns will always be interrelated to each other because they are the same column. Okay, so the most related, okay, the most related that a column can be is with itself. Any other column, there will be something less than that particular thing. Are you guys able to understand it? Okay, two same columns will always be the most interrelated to each other. The relationship with other columns will always be less than that. Now we need to find out how many different columns are how interrelated to other columns itself. For that, Python has again given you a tool to directly explore that. Okay, instead of you applying your brain right over there trying to analyze columns, Python has given you a tool, that is the correlation matrix. Okay, that is the correlation matrix itself. Okay, so what we want to do right now is df.corr. This is basically the code that basically creates, okay, basically creates the entire correlation mathematics behind it. Okay, the entire correlation mathematics behind it. Aniket Pawar, you can directly message me on LinkedIn itself. I will help you out with the same. Okay, you can directly message me on LinkedIn. I will help you out with the same itself. Are you guys able to understand this? df.corr basically gives you the mathematics. We don't want to get into the mathematics. We just want the visual representation of the same. We want the correlation matrix itself. Okay, we want the correlation matrix. So what is correlation? So after telling the entire Ramayana, somebody is asking me who is Ram. I will explain it once again for the last time. Correlation basically means how related are columns to each other. Okay, correlated means how related are columns to each other, guys. Okay, so right over here, df.corr will basically create the mathematics that is there. Okay, but what we want to do is we want to check their relationship with each other. Okay, we want to plot the entire heat map. So we call this as the heat map. As you're able to see, this is the heat map that you're able to see. Let me just make it a bit smaller so that you guys are actually able to see it. Let me just download it, save image as, and I'll download it on the desktop, download, I'll open up this image itself so that you guys are able to see the image clearly. RAM super, this is not SQL, okay? This is your Python. Don't confuse between everything. So right over here, as you're able to see on the left hand side, are you guys able to see on the left hand side? You're having the names of all the columns. Okay, are you guys able to see this? Are you guys able to see this? On the left hand side, you are having all the columns that are there. CRIM, ZN, Indus, Chas, NOx, RM, age, dis, rad, tax, PT ratio, B, LSAT, price. And on the bottom of the chart as well, again you are having all the column names. CRIM, ZN, Indus, Chase, NOx, RM, age, dis, rad, tax, PT ratio, B, LSAT, and price. So if we just look at the price itself, you are able to see that it shows the correlation between price and the other column. Okay, so for example, the first particular block that you are able to see, that is written 0.39. Okay, that has written 0.39 right over here. It basically tells you the relationship. Okay, how related. Okay, so it's minus 0.39, guys. There's a hyphen as well. It's very small. I hope so that you are able to see it. But there's a minus right over here, guys. First block is basically telling you the correlation between price and CRIM. Okay, crime. Okay, and it basically tells you that price is inversely proportionate to the crime. Okay, minus basically means it is inversely proportional. So for example, if the crime increases, then the price will decrease. Okay, and that's logical as well, right? If the crime is increasing at a particular position, then yes, the price will be decreasing. And yes, the relationship is almost minus 0.39. That's a good relationship. Okay, that's a good relationship. If a relationship is, for example, right over here, you're having a relationship of minus 0.054. That's an extremely terrible relationship to see. Okay, that's an extremely terrible relationship to see because it is not mostly interconnected to each other. Okay, these have no correlations. So 0.18 is also not a very good correlation, guys. So CHAS. Let's see what CHAS was. Let's go back to our data. Let's see what CHAS column meant. Okay, see Charles River dummy variable. Okay, 1 if track bounds river, 0 otherwise. Okay, so basically whether that particular property had Charles River near it or not, that is what it states. Okay, CHAS basically states that whether Charles River is near the property or not. Okay, that is what it is saying right over here, guys. Okay, so what you can do right now is is that CHAS. Okay, CHAS has very low relationship to the price. Okay, it has very low relationship to the price. You can even remove it. Okay, you don't have to use it as well. Are you guys able to understand it? Aniket Pawar, if you don't have a LinkedIn premium subscription as well, you can follow me right over there and then message me. You can send me a connection request. You can connect with me on Instagram as well. There are just so many places where you can connect with me. Okay. So right over here, as you're able to see, CHAS has very low relationship with the price. So as a column itself, you can just remove it because it makes little to no difference of keeping the column right over there. So these type of relationships with various different columns, okay, those columns that are highly related to each other, we can remove those columns as well. That is a repeated column that is there. Okay, so for example, RM is highly relevant to the price. Okay, 0.7. Okay, that's the correlation, 0.7, guys. So as you're able to see right over here, you are having RM, average number of rooms per dwelling. So that is basically the BHK of the house. Okay, that is basically the BHK of the house itself. Okay, so that is highly relevant to the price of the house. The number of BHKs are increasing, the price of the house will also increase. Okay, then you're having this NOx. Okay, NOx is negative 0.43, negative 0.43, guys. We check what is NOx. It is nitric oxide concentration. So what is the air pollution right over there? So as the air pollution is increasing, your price is decreasing, and because negative, okay, that is inversely proportional. Okay, that is inversely proportional, and this particular column is for our price. So all these different relationships between various different columns, you can explore it, you can understand it to figure out which columns to keep, which columns not to keep, which columns are the most likely to give you excellent returns itself. Okay, so one, basically, as you're able to see, these ones are basically the relationship between price as well as price. Okay, both the columns, when both the columns are same, the relationship is 1:1. The relationship is 1:1, guys. Okay, so every column, as you're able to see, for every column itself that is there and their corresponding similar column, it's always 1. Okay, for example, RAD, okay, RAD and TAX are highly relevant to each other. This is 0.91, guys. Okay, RAD, this particular is called, this column for 0.91 is RAD, as you are able to see. So RAD and your TAX, okay, RAD and your TAX are highly relevant to each other. It is 0.91, that is very close to 1. Okay, let's see what both of these terms means. So RAD basically means index of accessibility to radial highways, and tax means full value property tax with per 10,000 USD. So basically there's a relationship between accessibility to highways and your tax of the property itself. Now according to what we are able to analyze from this is, the closer the property is to highways, okay, the tax on it is higher. Okay, the closer the property is to highways itself, the cost of that particular property, sorry, the tax on that particular property is higher. Okay, and both of these have a correlation of 0.91. Okay, both of these, okay, the tax as well as the RAD have a correlation of 0.91. That's a very huge correlation. So we can remove one of these columns as well, still will get the exact same results, because there are these, the relationship is 0.91. It's very much interrelated to each other. So you can remove one of these columns as well. You can remove one of these columns. Why diagonally 1? What does that mean? One touch, I've just told it 5 times. I will not be explaining it again. Okay, are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know, guys. The guys able to understand this? Please do let me know, guys. So these correlation matrix that you're currently creating, okay, that is called as a heat map. Okay, the technical term is correlation matrix, but the kind of graph, okay, just like bar graph is there, okay, count plot is there, you're having pie charts are there. So these are different types of graphs. So this type of graph is usually referred to as heat maps. Okay, these are usually referred to as a heat map itself. Okay, so right over here means if there is a high correlation between two columns, one should get removed. Exactly, Richa, that's the exact same thing that I'm trying to say as well. If the correlation between two columns is very high within columns, okay, not the feature, okay, not the, sorry, not the price itself. If the relationship between price and a column is high, that column is extremely likely to be used. If the relationship between price and a column is very, very low, like 0.001 or something like that, we can remove that column. Again, if two columns have very high correlations between them, then remove that entire column itself, remove one of those columns. So in this particular way, the number of columns that you are currently using are getting reduced. This is called as feature reduction itself. Okay, the technical term for this is feature reduction. Okay, are you guys able to understand this? The technical term for this is feature reduction itself. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know. Great, amazing. So to create, now we have understood the heat map, we have understood correlations itself. Let's see how to create that heat map. Okay, we have understood everything. Now let's try to create that heat map itself. Now what the code, try to understand the code itself. For this particular figure itself, we'll first need to go to the very top and learn about two more libraries in Python. Okay, Seaborn and matplotlib. Okay, these are the two libraries that we need to now understand about. We have learned about NumPy, we have learned about pandas, we have learned about SKLearn. Okay, now we need to learn about Seaborn and Matplotlib. Okay, so let's try to understand this, guys. There are so like I said, library. Okay, it's a particular code that has been written by somebody else that helps you do a particular stuff. Okay, right now our particular stuff is data visualization, creating charts, creating graphs. That is what we want to do. We want to visualize data. For that, there are two major libraries that are there in Python. The first one is matplotlib and the second one is Seaborn. Okay, now the problem, okay, what is the difference between matplotlib and Seaborn? If both of them are helping us to create plots itself, okay, to create graphs, to create data visualization, why are two different libraries existing? Why not just one? So the reason for that is extremely simple, guys. Think about matplotlib as a manual car. Okay, as a manual car, it has gears, it has buttons, it has various different things that it will be utilizing at any particular point of time. Okay, so like think about it as a jet aircraft itself, like a big aircraft that it is having. Now this aircraft will have a lot of buttons that will be there, a lot of levers, a lot of different things that are going to be there, and it's not very easy to actually learn how to fly an aircraft, right? But it can do a lot of different things. Okay, it can do a lot of different things. It is like multi-talented, it is faster, it is better. But to learn how to drive an aircraft is a pretty big thing. Okay, it's a very big concept itself. And the second particular thing is let's assume a cycle. Okay, a cycle is as simple as a tricycle. Let's even forget a cycle. Assume about a tricycle. A tricycle has a particular handle and a paddle itself. That's it. It has just two things that you need to control a tricycle. Okay, it also, both of the aircraft as well as the tricycle helps you to go from one particular point to another. Okay, aerocraft and a tricycle both will help you to get one point to another itself. It is both used for transportation, but the difference is the ease of use, the ease of learning. Okay, and how fast or how convenient or how much things that you can do with a particular thing. So with a tricycle you can't do a lot of different things. The most that you can do is drive it around. But with an aeroplane you can do stunts on it. It can ride on the road as well, it can fly as well. So there are various different things that you are able to do with an aeroplane, but at the end of the day both of them are used for transportation. Similar to that, matplotlib gives you a lot of different options that are there. Okay, it's like an aeroplane itself. It has a lot of different options. It is very powerful in nature and pretty hard to learn as well. Okay, and pretty hard to learn as well. Whereas if you think about Seaborn is like a tricycle. It's very easy to use, very user friendly. You don't have to learn a lot to use it. Okay, you can easily, like any kid can also use it at any particular point of time. Less amount of things are there. Okay, yeah, but yes, you can do a lot of different things with it. Okay, there are some limited number of things that you can do with Seaborn because of the ease of use. There are limited number of features available as well. It's just like an iPhone. Okay, it's very easy to use, but number of features are always less than an Android phone at any particular point of time. Okay, are you guys able to understand the difference between Seaborn and Matplotlib? Please do let me know. Are you guys able to understand the difference between Matplotlib and Seaborn? Please do let me know, guys. That's great. It's lit. Okay. And by the way, it's lit if your name has come from Suits. I love your name as well. Okay. So, great. So the second thing is we are importing mat. So matplotlib has been created in such a way that you can actually use it with various different languages. You can use it with Java, you can use it with C Sharp, C++, Python, JavaScript. It has been created in such a way that it is cross language compatible as well. Okay, it is cross language compatible as well, guys. But here we want to use matplotlib with Python. Okay, what we want to do is we want to use matplotlib with Python, guys. Okay, so for that particular reason, the package that we are going to import, the module that we want from matplotlib as a library module is matplotlib, but the module that we want to utilize from that is the pyplot. Okay, that is we want to use it in Python. Okay, we want to use matplotlib in Python, guys. Okay, please understand that matplotlib can be used with various different languages. Here we want to use it with Python. Okay, so for that particular reason we are importing pyplot. Okay, we are importing pyplot, and we are assigning the nickname of PLT. Okay, we are assigning a nickname of PLT right over here. Similar to that, Cbon, we are assigning it a nickname of SNS. Okay, we are assigning a nickname of SNS, guys. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know, guys. No, there is no relationship between matplotlib and MATLAB. Okay, MATLAB is basically taught to students in college itself. It has no use in your industry. Okay, you will never be working on it. Very few times you might be touching upon it at any particular point of time. It is not going to be asked in interviews as well. Being very frank with that. So whatever you're studying in college, just assume that that is never going to be of any help to you guys in your interviews and everything. Just think about it in such a way that whatever you study in your school, okay, it will never help you to crack JEE mains and advance. That's the same relationship. Whatever you learn in college that has not been upgraded enough so that you are going to crack any interviews at the end. Okay. So the same thing, whatever you studied in school, that is never going to help you to crack JEE mains and advance. Similar to that, whatever you study in college, that is never going to help you crack any companies as well. Okay. No issues. See, the point is that if you ever feel that what should you study or something like that, you can always approach me on LinkedIn. I will help you out with that. Okay, you don't have to worry about it. Just don't waste your time learning something that is never going to be helpful for you. Okay, so let's use this, guys. Let's use this. So plt.figure. Okay, plt.figure. We are using matplotlib and we are drawing a shape of 10 by 10. Okay, so that is the shape of the chart that we are going to create. Okay, 10 by 10 itself. Now what is this 10 by 10? That is basically we are speaking in terms of the units. Okay, so the units that matplotlib utilizes for creating a box itself, we are going to utilize that our chart. Okay, our figure for our chart itself should be 10 by 10. So what is MATLAB? Okay, many people are asking what is MATLAB. So MATLAB is something that is made by works or something like that. Okay, so it was early on, before the existence of Python, before the existence of modern programming languages. There was MATLAB that existed and people used to do most of their data science work in MATLAB itself. Then the upgraded version of that came into existence, that is Python. Okay, Python destroyed MATLAB like anything, and back in 2000s people used to use MATLAB. From the past, from 2010 it has been discontinued. Nobody uses it in the industry. We are in 2023 right now, guys, not in 2000. Okay, in 2023, so we don't even need to know what MATLAB is. But yes, it was a technology that existed back in 2000s that people used to use for machine learning purposes. But then you had the programming language R for statistics. You had the programming language Python that included statistics, data visualization, machine learning, everything inside of it. So you don't need to know about it as well. Okay, some of you might be having that in your college because your college hasn't upgraded its like syllabus for the past 15 years. So yeah, that is something that even I can't help you with that. Okay, great. So just remember one thing, guys. If you ever feel that what you're learning in college is going to help you with your placements, just remember something, that what you were learning in your school days will never help you to actually get into IITs and NITs. You have to prepare for JEE mains and advanced, where the school syllabus wasn't also upgraded enough. The same thing happens with colleges. Okay, colleges haven't upgraded their entire syllabus for the past 15 years. Okay, so these syllabus are next to shit. For AI, they teach soft computing, dude. Like, soft computing is no longer even used in industries right now. Like, nobody is using soft computing. It was back in 1980s that people used to use soft computing, and they are teaching it right now. So just understand one thing, whatever. So I'm able to see that most of you don't even know what to study as well. So I'm planning to create a video for you guys explaining what exactly you need to study and everything. I will help you guys out with the entire stuff. Okay, tomorrow I'll spend some time to explain you what you need to study as well to get placements. Okay. Okay, so right over here, as you're able to see, plt.figure basically creates how big your figure needs to be. Okay, your graph that you want to see, how big that should be. Okay, how big that should be, guys. So right over here, we are putting up the fig size. Okay, that is the figure size as 10 is to 10. Okay, 10 by 10. That is, I want a square. Okay, I want a square itself. If I'm changing it to 5 by 5, let's see what happens. Okay, if I change it to 5 by 5 itself, and let's run it once again. As you're able to see, let it come. Okay, as you're able to see, the plot becomes very small, and now it's not even legible. Okay, the plot becomes very small. Okay, it is almost 50% smaller. Okay, because why? Because I've reduced the size of the plot from 10 comma 10 to 5 comma 5. I can reverse it back. I will change it to 10 comma 10 itself and reload the page. As you're able to see, okay, as you're able to see, we are able to get a proper figure with the numbers and everything fitting together properly. Okay, fitting together properly, guys. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know, guys. Great. So similar to that, we are going to use Cborn. Okay, to actually, so the plot is basically the plt.figure is basically creating the graph. We actually need to create, like, it's basically giving you the figure. Okay, it's giving you the canvas that, okay, the canvas is going to be 10 by 10. Okay, this is the size of the canvas. Now we need to make the graph on it. We need to do the painting on this canvas itself. Okay, to create the heat map, we are going to utilize SNS. Could you guys let me know what was the nickname? Okay, so nickname was SNS. So for what was this particular nickname assigned? Okay, for what was this particular nickname assigned, guys? Could you guys let me know? For what was SNS assigned? Could you guys let me know, guys? Cborn. That's absolutely clever, guys. Cborn. Okay, so we are going to utilize Cborn to create a heat map. So SNS.heatmap is basically the code that you have to write to create the heat map is in SNS. Okay, that is using Cborn. Okay, the data that you're going to use. So on which particular data do you want to create the heat map on? Okay, on which particular data do you want to create the heat map on? Okay, so I want to create the heat map on the df.corr. Okay, that was the code that we wrote to get the correlation matrix, right, guys? Okay, that was the code. Okay, if you guys, okay, if you don't remember, df.corr, that was the code that we had written to create the correlation matrix. Okay, so now to create the heat map, okay, we want to utilize the same data. Okay, we want to utilize the same data right over here. That is, data is equals to df.corr. Okay, now what do you mean by annotate? Okay, how many of you guys have no idea what annotations mean in English? Okay, how many of you guys have no idea what annotations mean in English? Could you guys let me know? You guys let me know how many of you guys don't know what annotation is. I will just bring in a bottle of water. I'm feeling a bit thirsty. And those who know mathematics term, it's not a computer science term. Okay, you need to improve your English a bit if your vocabulary is a bit weak. But annotation is basically what you are able to see these numbers right over here on the chart itself. Okay, the numbers that you are able to see right over here on the chart itself, that is called as annotations. Okay, that is called as annotations, guys. So that numbers that you are able to see right over here, okay, that is called as annotation. Okay, that is called a note by way of explanation or comment added to a text or diagram. Arnav has written this very clearly. Okay, Arnav has written it very clearly. A note by way of explanation or comment added to a text or a diagram. That is called as an annotation, guys. That is called as an annotation. Okay. From right over here, the stream is going on pretty clearly. I don't know why you guys were getting an lag itself. Like I said, annotation basically means this annote is the short form for annotation. Okay, annotation means for these numbers that you're seeing on your screen, right? This 0.76 minus 0.39, 0.6, 0.38, all these numbers that you are writing on top of your diagram. Okay, on top of your heat map itself, on top of your chart itself, that is called as your annotation. Okay, that is called as your annotation, guys. Are you guys able to understand it right now? Still you're not able to understand it? Please do let me know. Yes, Adarsh, that will be from DevTown itself. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know, guys. So these numbers that you're able to see on your screen on top of your heat map, that is called as annotation. Writing some text over your diagram is called as annotations itself. If you are not able to understand it, just get a dictionary and try to understand the meaning of the term annotation. Okay, so we are fixing this annote is equals to true. That means we want the annotations. Okay, we want the animation annotations, guys. Okay, so that is true. Okay, that is true, guys. And then you're having C map. Okay, so what is the color of the C map that you want to have? I'm setting it up to greens. Okay, what is the color that you want to have? I'm setting it up to greens itself, and that is how we are able to get a green heat map. We can change it as well. Okay, so like we can just Google it right over here, and SEABORN heat map, map. Just open up the documentation itself, and there you will get some examples as well. So right over here it is basically taking in, okay, heat map glue anode is equals to true, C maps rest. Let's take this particular color. Okay, so I'm changing the color of the like I want to change it from green to some other color. Okay, I want to change it from greens. Right now I've set it up to CMap greens. Okay, so that is basically giving me all these green colors that are there. I can change it up to crest itself, and I hope that it will produce another color for us. Let's see what that color is. So as you're able to see, now my color is coming in a very separate manner. It's a bluish hue sort of color. Okay, it's a bullish hue sort of color, guys. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know. So similar to that, you can just search for it. Okay, you can just search for it. Okay, so what I searched on Google was Seaborn heat map, C map, colors. Okay, this like colors. Okay, so if I'm putting it up right over here, I will get some of the examples right now, and then I can just read through the entire documentation that I'm having to figure out which type of what are the different like colors that I can use at any particular point of time. Okay, so what is the colors that I can use? Okay, so these are the colors, what are the paired colors, and so on and so forth. So to be able to see that, okay, to be able to see that, you will have to go through. So let's take a flare right over here. Okay, let us take a flare. So let's see what happens when we change this to from crest to flare. Okay, so you're getting a heat map of another color itself. So in this particular way, you can choose different colors, okay, different combinations of colors by just doing a simple Google search. Okay, by just doing a simple Google search itself. By using greens, we saw crest, we saw flare. There are many other options that are available for you guys. Okay, are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know, guys. Great, guys. Amazing, amazing. Okay, so we'll stop right over here. I don't want to burden you guys with a lot of information because I am giving you an assignment for today once again. I want you guys to do this assignment today itself. Please do it today, okay? Otherwise, it is of no use. Okay, please do it today. Otherwise, it is of no use itself, guys. Please try to understand it. Okay, and one more thing, guys, I'll be extending the bootcamp by 2 days. Okay, I will be extending the bootcamp by 2 days. Instead of 7 days, we are going to have the bootcamp for 9 days itself. Okay, instead of 7 days, we are going to have the bootcamp for 9 days, because there are some more topics that are left to be discussed, and I want to take it slow, that every single day you are able to learn something new, and I'll give you some assignments so that you are able to learn like a little bit more every single day itself. So 7 days, it will be of 9 days itself. Please make sure that you are able to understand it. So let's see one thing. Okay, somebody is asking me, I forgot the name, but what if we set the anode to be false? Okay, what if we set the anode to be false? Let us check that. Okay, let us check that. So we are setting up anode to be false itself. We are not getting any numbers on our heat map. We are just getting the colors, but from the colors you're not able to. So yes, the darker the color is, the more correlated it is. Okay, the darker the color is, the more correlation is there, but with just colors we are not able to understand everything that is there. So that is the reason why we use not is equals to true to see all the numbers as well, to see all the numbers. Okay, so the assignment for today will be extremely simple. I want you guys to figure out what are the different, okay, what are the different columns that you can remove, okay, from the current set of columns that are there. What are the different columns that are there inside of our, by analyzing this heat map, okay, by analyzing this heat map, what are the different columns that are there that I can remove, okay, that I can remove. Are you guys able to understand the question? Please do let me know. By analyzing this heat map right over here, what are the different columns that I can remove? Okay, that is the question that I'm having. Okay, that is the question that you need to answer, guys. That is the assignment for today. So most of you guys don't have this picture, so let me do one thing. I'll provide you guys with this picture itself. Give me a second. I'll provide you guys with this picture. Give me a second, guys. I downloaded it on the desktop, I guess. Okay, download, open. Excuse me. Okay, and open with. I need to share it with you guys, right? So I'll share it with you guys. I will click on restricted, anyone with the link. I'll copy the link from right over here. Done. I'll provide the link to you guys in the description of the video itself. Assignment for today. Okay. So before notes itself, I'll provide you guys the assignment, ASSIGNMENT assignment, and that assignment will be this particular link that is there. This link basically contains, okay, if you refresh the page, you will be able to see the link. So this particular link contains this image, guys. I want you guys to go over the image, understand what the image is, okay, try to analyze which particular columns can be removed, okay, from the current set of columns that we are having. Okay, as simple as that. Okay, so now I'll be giving you guys the attendance link for today. We're giving you guys the attendance link for today, guys. So right over here, let me create the attendance link for you guys. Give me a second. So we are having some upcoming, okay, so it hasn't been updated yet, I guess, but we are having some upcoming boot camps that we are going to have, guys. So we are having backend web development using JavaScript, Node.js and Express. That is going to start from the 11th of January. I hope so. Then you are having Harry Potter Invisibility Cloak with Python and OpenCV. We are having JavaScript and React.js bootcamp and Tinder clone using HTML and CSS. So these are some of the boot camps that we are going to have this particular month. I hope so that you guys will be registering yourself for those boot camps as well, and I will be able to see you guys right over there. But anyway, this particular boot camp will be of 9 days. The other boot camps, I will make sure that they are also of a lot many number of days itself. Every boot camp will be learning everything from the basics. You don't have to worry. There will be no nothing that you have to learn from the start itself. Okay, so if you guys are interested into registering yourself for the upcoming boot camps, you can surely do that. Okay, so right now I'm going to provide you guys with the attendance link. Okay, like I said, there will be 7 minutes given to you guys to fill out the attendance link. Okay, so I've provided the attendance link in the live chat. I will not be pinning the attendance link up. Okay, I'll not be pinning the, okay, I will just pin it up. So you're having 7 minutes to fill up the attendance link, guys. I will not pin the attendance link up. Please start filling it. Okay, I'm not going to pin the attendance link up. We are not going to pin it. Okay, so I'll be sending the attendance link for the next 2 minutes. You are having 7 minutes. The attendance link will be closed at 8:54. The attendance link will be closed at 8:54, guys. Okay, the attendance link will be closed at 8:54. Start filling the attendance, guys. The attendance link will be closed at 8:54, guys. Please let me know. The attendance link will be closed at 8:54. I have provided you guys with the attendance link. The attendance link will be closed at 8:54. Please make sure that you are filling up the attendance. At 8:54, the attendance link will be closed. Set an alarm for 8:54. Okay, so thank you so much, guys. It was great meeting you. I hope that you will be coming on time for the next class. I will make sure that tomorrow's class is from 7:30 itself. Okay, just come to class on time, and we'll be continuing from right over there. Today, let's take up the surprise to tomorrow itself. Tomorrow itself, we'll have the surprise for you. Okay, and we'll continue from right over there. Okay, so thank you so much, guys, and we'll be continuing from right over there itself tomorrow. The attendance link is working absolutely fine, as you're able to see. There's no issues with that. Thank you so much, guys, and we'll be continuing from right over there. Okay, thank you so much. Tomorrow I'll be telling you guys about the surprise as well. Okay, thank you so much, guys. Thank you. Bye, guys. Bye.